Hello and welcome back to my channel. Gav here, and thank you very much for joining me today. I have got a small unboxing to do today. Typical raw mail, kicked the box around again as per normal, and it was delivered late, so I need to get straight into this one to make sure they're okay. This was a Father's Day gift from my stepkids and my son, so I'm absolutely really ecstatic to see it. I think I know roughly what it is, but something I've wanted for a long time. First time owning these as well for the channel. I think I ordered something else in there just for myself because I've seen them via the Spidershop again. Always with the Spidershop, get stuff in when I think, oh, I'm not going to order for a while, but nope, they get stuff in, so then I threw a few bits and pieces in here as well. So we'll get straight into this video. Let's unbox this and let's see what I've got. Okay, so let's get into this one. I just scratched off my postcode they put on there. Really excited about this one. Okay, just flip it around and do it like this. I've got so many things on my desk at the minute of other ones I'm trying to do videos for, and I've rehoused, so I'm just going to try and do it like this. So let's go straight in here. Oh, there we go. There's one, and I don't know how to say this. Groupies, Simorigorum. So I've absolutely wanted these for ages, but they were so priced really high in the hobby. But the Spidershop have done it again and beat everybody else, and they've got them at a really good reasonable price. I think it says on there 1 to 2 centimeters, so we'll have a look how big they are, and I'll probably have to put them in this vial itself. I've got one, and obviously I've got 2 of those, so just in case you get a female, then you maybe get a male with another one. So I've got 2, plus because when you get slings at this tiny size, for some reason they just die straight away. Some of them for no fault of your own, you can do everything. I've had other ones that just don't feed straight away, and they never feed, and then they just dry up and just die. It's just unbelievable. So hopefully 2 of these. Brilliant price on the Spidershop, so go check them out if you do want some of these. So I'll rehouse these in this video, so you will see that one, because they're only small, so I don't think they're going to have any colour or anything on them. But I'll put a picture up on the screen there to show as an adult. It's just absolutely stunning. And I think when they get to their final molts, they lose that coloration, so they go like a brownish, sort of pale brown, and then black legs, but I still think it's beautiful the way they have their colour. But when they have their blues, absolutely gorgeous. So there's both of those, so I'll do them today. But the other thing I bought, because I saw with them, and I got 2. Oh, I've got something that says a freebie on the top. I've no idea what this is. Don't know if you can read that on there. Ring Soma. Okay. And these are the ones I bought. So Megaphobinum robustum, 3 centimeters. These, I've first had one, put a link up the top there to the previous one I had, and it came with DKS, so I was absolutely gutted. And I've become a little bit of a master at keeping tractors with DKS, to the point now I've got none with DKS, but I had a few perish, but I managed to keep them alive for months and months and months, and it's always due to a molt. If I'm not there when they're molting, that's when they perish, but got to go to work, so I can't be here all the time. And this one unfortunately did, and I've not seen any more from slings. I saw a juvenile one, but I didn't want it because I want it from a sling, because the way they act, the way they walk. This is the only clip that I could find. It's not that good quality, but you can see the way it moves. Large body, very large leg span, and they just move slightly different, but they are just absolutely stunning. And just the way they do stuff is just completely different to other tarantulas. So I got 2 of these. So there we go. There's the second one as well, so we'll rehouse those as well. So that's pretty good. So I'm just gonna have a look, see what this is, because this is a freebie. So I'll spin the camera around and I'll give you a good look. Okay, so I was a little bit stumped by that, because obviously they've given me a freebie, which I think is absolutely amazing. I didn't expect anything, and it's a freebie. But then I was just like, what does that say? I couldn't make out. These are hard to write on sometimes, these pots. But the last bit I can get there is a Soma. So I've not opened it, and it's a 1 to 2. So I had a good look through their website, and I think it's this. So the dark colour form OBT, so from King Soma. And I think that's the variation. I've got the OBTs I have got, which are the other dark form, and they're from, let's have a look. And they're from Minkumbe National Park. So they're slight different coloration. They're both dark, they're both black, but the gold pattern on the top is slightly different. So over time, through the separation, they'll become their own thing, so their own separate species. So don't have this one, so it's the Starburst, I think, something like that. But absolutely amazed. Yeah, they give me one of them free, so always freebies, always good. But I was just stumped by the writings. I couldn't make that out on there. Probably comes out back to front on you guys, doesn't it? But we'll have a look at that, and I'll get that rehoused, probably rehouse that in this one as well. So let's get straight on, rehouse this and the two Smigmagorum, I think that's how you say it. I'm not too sure, and they're 1 to 2 centimeters. I need to figure out if they're going to go in here or something a little bit bigger. I'm not too sure yet. So let's flip it around and let's get these and have a good look. Okay, so the I'm not even going to bother saying the name again of this one. It's the neon blue leg. See where they are. It says 1 to 2 centimeters. See how small this is. Always right down at the bottom. If you can see that. Oh, it's a good size, 2 centimeters. Oh, it's coming up straight away. Right, so we're just about to run out there, so we'll close that off. So these are very, very fast. So let's get something to put these in, and we'll get straight back to you. Okay, so that's all I've done. Is I've used quite a big tub. I think it's a 32 ounce, probably more. I can't really remember the size of these, but quite a big one. But basically just substrate at the bottom. I've given them 3 inches of substrate, which is more than plenty, but doesn't look a lot in here. So it's right down at the bottom, but it's giving me room to work. So I know they're going to run around and they'll be quite quick, whether they can get up the plastic or not. But I just thought, not gonna wait and see if they do. So I've given it plenty of room, and then water dish in the bottom, and I've just done some carpet moss there, bit of leaf litter in that as well, bit of sphagnum moss, and I've also put a tiny little piece of cork bark with a hole. You can't really see it, but that is a hole going down, so somewhere it can feel a little bit secure. And then I'll probably remove the water dish at some point, because I expect them to web around the front. Maybe not, I'm not too sure, but I think that's a good enough setup. So I've put this in for some moisture, because they are a bit more like a bit more humid environment. I think it's what, 70%, something like that. So it's quite humid, but this substrate's a good mix that I've done. This is what I use for my Vasorials, so this would be perfect for them because they're 2 centimeters, so they're quite quick as what I saw before. So I did the exact same on the other one, and a hole in there as well, and just exactly the same. So without further ado, let's go and get one of these in and see what it's like. Alright, so the plan is just pull the tissue out, open the tissue up, and hopefully it will stay within the tub itself. If not, I've got the lid right next to me. Get my trusty stick. I think you guys can see without destroying this enclosure. It's gone right back down to the bottom. Just doing it this way just because I know it's going to bolt, but I want to show you, but I don't want it to just run straight up out the plastic. Here it comes. Look at that beauty. Ooh, gone straight away. That is quick. Wow. So there it is, if you can see it. It's camouflaged well. That is so perfect. I'm happy with this little enclosure. Perfect size for it. The only thing with these sort of enclosures is it's bigger. It will burrow down and then it will go around the side, which will make it harder to... Ooh, I just knocked it. It will make it harder to feed them, but that's where I'll just spend a bit of extra time on feeding them and encouraging them up and finding out how they like to take. Do they put the legs at the front of the hole that they've done, or do they come out and run around, or are they nocturnal? I'll just basically figure it out myself and do it that way. But then it can actually stay in here for quite a few molts now, so hopefully till it gets some colour, and then we can put it into something a bit more bigger and a bit more display. So there we have the one. Let me get on with the second one. There we have the second enclosure, exactly the same again. Plop this one straight in there. Lid ready just in case. This one seems a little bit bigger. It looks like it's molted as well. It looks almost like a grey colour at the minute. Reminds me of the Vietnam silver. Good speed on these though. Let's just see if I can get this one to come out. Doesn't look like they can climb the plastic. There we go, so you can see it down in there. Slight different coloration from the other one. This one's slightly bigger, but both very, very healthy. So well done to the Spidershop for these as well. Absolutely impressed with these. Absolutely gorgeous. Put another picture up of what they'll eventually look like. Cannot wait for them to start getting their colour. But what I'll do is I'm not going to poke it around and try and get it to go in its hole. It's got a hole there. I'm going to leave it to try and find it itself. But at least we've got a little look at those. First time for me, so I am really, really excited for these. So I just want to get them in, get them chilled, and then watch out for the update, and I'll show you how they settled into their enclosure. But if you want to stay tuned, I'm going to rehouse the other OBT I've got as a freebie, and then we'll call it a day on this video. So there we go for these. Okay, get a little pot out for this one, because no doubt this one's probably going to run off. Get another lid as well, just in case. See if we can have a look. See how big this is. Hopefully it doesn't run off. I had an OBT run off on me the other day, so I don't want another one going flying. It went all over my leg, had to stay so calm. It's done webbing already. Oh, I'm not bothered with this one, it's tiny. It's done itself a little web cocoon. So I'll leave that there. Let me quickly just get its home ready. There we go. So I've just done it in the same enclosure it came in. A little bit substrate in the bottom up to the bottom line of these vials. Put a twig in the middle and then just a little dried sphagnum moss, and it will web up all through that and create its own tunnels even into the bottom of this substrate. So I should be able to just get this one to go straight in. There we go, tiny. So it's got no coloration at the minute. Give it a little tap. There we go, another little tiny one. You can see the coloration of the abdomen's coming through already, but I'll put a picture up there of it being as an adult when it grows up. Absolutely amazed. Really happy the fact I got this as a freebie as well. It's always brilliant to get them in there. I hadn't had a freebie for a while, but when they do put them in there, it sort of like stuns you for a little bit. But yeah, that would be lovely in there for a couple of molts, and then I'll put it over with the others. So that's the first one of these, which means I'm going to have to potentially buy another one just to pair them up. I never like to have a single tarantula of a certain genus. I always like to have a couple of more. So hope you enjoyed that. Look out for the update to these, and I will see you on the next video.